On today's episode of Aqua Kids,
we're searching for sea turtle nests.
So, ready to make a difference?
Building a better planet starts with you.
Aqua Kids, traveling around the world, going where we've never been before, having fun and so much more, learning from our friends of the sea, saving them is up to you and me. Aqua Kids.
Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Aqua Kids. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Katie, and today we're at the Loggerhead Marinelife Center in Juno Beach, Florida.
We're gonna hop on ATVs and search the beach for loggerhead and green sea turtle nests.
I like turtles.
Me too. Let's gear up and head out.
All right, let's go.
The Loggerhead Marinelife Center is a nonprofit organization located along one of the most important sea turtle nesting beaches in the world. The center's mission is to promote conservation of Florida's coastal ecosystems with a special focus on marine conservation and sea turtle research and rehabilitation. The Loggerhead Marinelife Center features learning exhibits, aquariums, and the only sea turtle hospital between Orlando and the Florida Keys. Hi Kelly.
Hi, how are you?
Good. This is Kelly, marine biologist at the Loggerhead Marinelife Center. So Kelly, what are we doing first?
We are going to head down to the beach and see if we can look for some sea turtle nests. First, they needed a hand loading up the gear on the ATV.
Right.
Can
we
you
can help you with that. Yes.
All right, sounds
So
good.
what do you need?
Come on in. All right, so that's the GPS that you guys have there. We record every nest on our beach with a very accurate GPS. We come back to the office so that we can map everything. So if you want to set that here.
All right.
All right. And the antenna just sits in the pole right there.
So what does this do?
Everything we have right here is our GPS system, so that when we go out on the beach, everything we encounter, any new nests, anything like that, get put in a GPS. They're stored in this computer, and when we get back to our office, everything gets mapped. So everything that happens each day gets put into a map on our computer so that we know exactly where all of our nests are on the beach.
Wow, very cool.
It's very high tech. And then everything that you have in this bag right here is gear for actually marking nests on the beach. There's a laser rangefinder in there so we know how far each nest is from the beach, from the dune and from the water.
Oh, cool.
There's a compass so that we can measure bearings on all the nests that we mark. And then there's also gear in there for digging up nests. Every time a nest hatches, we dig it up to get an inventory of what's inside. So we have gloves and measuring tapes in there too.
All right. So
So
that's all we need?
That's everything we need. I'll take that.
right.
Thank you. All right, guys, we're gonna head down to the beach.
All right.
See you on the beach, guys. Bye.
So I noticed there's people out on the beach. Does that affect the work that you're trying to do?
It does a little bit. This is a very busy beach right here. But we do most of our work at about 6 in the morning, and we're usually done by about 9 or 10 a.m. So
Right.
most of the people haven't reached the beach yet.
That's good.
Yeah.
What about out at night? Are there a lot of people that you run into?
Yeah, at night it does become a problem. We have a lot of people that want to come out and actually see turtles nesting, and we do our best to educate the public, but a lot of times people don't know the rules, so they're bringing lights out here,
Right.
they're bringing their dogs out here and things like
Wow.
that. So yeah, at night it does become a problem with a lot of people on the
Yeah.
beach.
Is this a sea turtle track right here?
This is actually a green sea turtle track. So we are going to drive all the way up to the top of it so that we can figure out what she did while she was on the beach.
Is it GPS helping you out with that?
Yep, once we get to the top of the crawl, we'll actually record everything right in the GPS so that we know exactly what happened. We write everything down on paper, plus we put it in the computer.
Wow. So how can you tell what type of turtle made these tracks?
Well, I'll show you when we get to the top here, but each species of sea turtle crawls differently, so they leave different patterns in the sand.
Cool.
Hey guys, here they are. Let's see what they're doing. Hi.
Hey, guys.
All right, we have a sea turtle crawl here. This is the first one that we found, and what I want to show you guys is how we tell the difference between the two different species that are nesting here right now. We have green sea turtles and loggerhead sea turtles that are nesting now, so when we come out here in the morning, we have to be able to identify which type of turtle it is. So if you take a look at the crawl right over here, green sea turtles are typically about 300 to 400 pounds. They're a little bit bigger than a loggerhead turtle, which is usually about 200 pounds or so. So this is a very wide track. It's about 2.5 to 3 feet wide. But the biggest thing you notice is the little line up the middle here, that's from her tail. Green turtles leave those and loggerheads don't. That little tiny drag mark is from her tail. They also crawl with all 4 flippers at the same time, so they leave these nice little parallel lines on the side of their track. A loggerhead crawls like a baby crawls, so they alternate back and forth, so they have this nice wavy swerve to their track. So that's how we tell the difference between the two.
So after you determine what sea turtle made the nest, what do you do next?
Well, we have to figure out what she did. Every time a sea turtle comes up onto the beach, she's going to do one of 2 things. She's either going to nest or she's going to turn around and leave, and it's about 50-50. So we have to look at the top of the crawl, which is where we're standing right now, for any signs of thrown sand. They make giant piles of thrown sand when they're trying to camouflage the eggs that they've just put in the ground. This turtle didn't do that. She just simply turned around and left and went back down to the water. So we call that a false crawl, meaning she didn't nest. So after we determine what she did, everything gets put into our GPS, into our computer.
So what might be some reasons that they would decide not to nest?
There's a couple different reasons. A lot of times they just simply don't like the site. So turtles are kind of picky as to where they're going to put their nests. Other times they can be spooked by things like people or light, things like that. But usually it's just a choice of the turtle.
Coming up next, we discover life beneath the sand.